Today we're being joined by a potential AFLW draft prospect from Subiaco, Meg McAullay. Meg, thanks for coming on.
No worries, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
Oh, good, thank you.
It's all right. So now, Meg, obviously you're a part of my biggest ever Scoops goal kicking challenge ever. How do you feel you fared in that? Obviously, wasn't the best score, but overall, we're just talking off camera. I don't think there was a clear standout performer on either side of the scale.
Yeah, no, everyone was definitely pretty strong in that. I don't think there was too many shanks. They were all pretty good shots. Yeah, personally myself, wasn't my best performance. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good fun.
Now, overall with the video, how do you feel people went? Oh, was there any clear standouts for you, Meg, that you thought impressed yourself? Some of your current teammates like Finn and Liv, how do you feel they went in particular?
Oh yeah, Fina's like bounce kick across the goal was pretty impressive. Found that pretty good. And also I just found like the Swans girls like Karis and Kingy, their drop punts from the pocket were pretty awesome. I was pretty impressed with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I said to Finn, I don't know if she told you, but we were chatting the days leading up. I said to her, we're going to be number 1 and number 2. That was the aim, be number 1 and 2 in the league. Now, when I said that, and I said it to her when she kicked that goal, I didn't mean 1 or 2 goals. I meant 1 or 2 plays. And then also, funnily enough, when I was doing the editing for the video, and I didn't exactly realise, is that a rough idea? We legitimately finished side by side on the same score, 9.
Yeah, should have clarified that.
Exactly, that's right. I said to her off camera after us. Yeah, see, that's exactly what we did. But anyway, overall, it was a good video. And interesting. Yeah, Karis and Kingy, the good friends, they had a nice bit of banter between themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of camaraderie. I liked that. Yeah.
Now, from a football sort of thing, Meg, tell us a bit about yourself. What got you into footy and what type of player you are?
Yeah, so I started footy when I was about year 7, so 12 or 13. I started at my local club, Warwick Greenwood. Yeah, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I'm always been pretty sporty. Yeah, loved running. So yeah, I just got chucked in the midfield and yeah, I don't know. I never really thought I'd ever be playing at Rogers Cup or WAFLW level, but yeah, it just sort of happened that way. I got into the Metro system and then into Rogers Cup and eventually made the state team, which was really awesome. Definitely didn't expect that. And yeah, hasn't stopped. So yeah.
So I was going to say, Meg, it's a huge honour to play under 17 championships. This was in 2021, so you would have been 15 then. So you're 2 years off that age group, still be eligible to be in it. Yes, it was 1 year. But it must be pretty proud though to make an under 17 state team at 15.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. It was an awesome experience. And it's really cool to say that like I played in a game against like now AFLW stars like Abby Bushby and yeah, there's probably a few others, but yeah, no, it's really cool. It's good to play for 2 years as well.
Exactly, that's really good. So how beneficial was it for you to obviously being your drafted this year, Meg, but also have that experience three years or so ago to play against girls who are now made it in the AFLW competition, to know what type of expectations you would need going into that, considering you played against people that, as I just said, have made it?
Yeah, it was really, really good. It definitely helped like my personal confidence and just like kind of fine-tuning those skills and watching those girls that have had that little bit more experience since I was the youngest there. Yeah, it was really cool to watch them all work their way up, and that kind of really inspired me to, have dreams like them.
So how was it? I know it was a while ago, but how was it playing in that game? So how do you feel you fared it, being a few years younger than some of those girls that would have been in that? How was, from a personal point of view, playing inside that and learning the ropes and people as well?
Yeah, it was really, really good. I absolutely loved it. I don't know, I sort of just kind of forgot about the age gaps and like what I was playing for and just sort of had fun. And I think that was probably the best thing for me at that time. Yeah, no, it was definitely different to especially that community. I hadn't played a whole lot of Rogers back then either. But yeah, it was really, really good to see what it's like at that next level up. And yeah, I think I definitely prefer the high performance level than community. But yeah, it was awesome.
So what type of play do you play? Like what position do you play? And what are some of your strengths too as a footballer?
I'm definitely probably a born midfielder. I love to run. I think my speed's probably coming along. I usually play kind of in thrown into the wing now. I used to play like inside mid, but I'm not kind of strong enough at the moment. Definitely working on that though. But yeah, probably speed, endurance. I like to run, and yeah, just kind of see ball, get ball, and yeah, kick some sacks maybe.
So obviously being in your draft, did you feel like any added pressure, Meg, considering obviously when you're in your bottom age years, you're probably not, key focus, I suppose. But now that you're in this year where the talk will start to ramp up, how do you feel heading into this year? I know you've had practice matches already, but how do you feel?
Yeah, I think I've kind of had a bit of a disappointing year last year, like not playing as much league as I wanted to. But I think this year I'm just focusing on keeping going small steps instead of thinking about the big goal. Because I know even if it doesn't happen this year, I've always got a few other years. I'm still only 17. So yeah, I've got a while. So yeah, just kind of thinking of small little steps, making sure I'm playing league every week. And yeah, just focusing on little things that I need to improve on to get to that next level.
That's right. You're spot on there. If it doesn't happen this year, it doesn't mean it's over. And I'm sure you'd be fully aware there's people that have been drafted in men's or women's that have been drafted at like 30 years of age. I know Elise Sheeran from the Tigers AFLW. She's been in 2 seasons in AFLW. She's 31 now. So she was 29 when she got picked up. So you can be 18, you can be 30, and you can still make it. And that avenues, isn't there? There's injury replacement players. There's pre-signing selections. There's the other forms of the actual drafts as well. So there's all these avenues and all these years of opportunities now.
Yeah, definitely. I've probably been inspired by a few people. Last year we were lucky enough to have Jo Craig play for Subi, and she was picked up at I think 30, maybe 29. Yeah, so quite at that top age. But again, last year Mackenzie Webb, I've been pretty good mates with her. She went to my school, so yeah, watching her get picked up by the Eagles as a replacement player was really cool, pretty inspiring. And yeah, definitely lots of avenues to get there.
Sure, that's right, exactly right. There's all these ways that you can get in. So what are some goals you kind of set for yourself this year, Meg?
Yeah, well, as I said before, just kind of making sure I'm doing everything I can to maintain that constant league level games. Yeah, just trying to probably focus on my defensive part of the game because I'm probably more of an attacking player, a bit of a running and speed, but I think I need to hone in on my skills a bit more. Probably tackling is something I need to work on. So I think maybe just setting little goals for that, like 2 tackles a quarter or something like that, just getting those stats up and at a good baseline level. Yeah, and maybe also kind of using my speed a bit more. I've been working on that quite a bit. So yeah, just making sure I'm using that in my games. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Any nicknames, Meg, you get down at the club that you like or dislike?
Yeah, I don't really get too many nicknames. There's another Meg in my team, Meg Brown. She's a bit of a character. But yeah, maybe Meggie, like a couple of people lengthen my name. But yeah, I think, yeah, Meg's pretty easy. One syllable. No, yeah.
Exactly. It's already short already. So
yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm sure this is something that always happens. How many times do people either pronounce your last name incorrectly or spell it wrong?
Oh, all the time. I was, I don't know. I think it's pretty phonetic, like McAullay, but I get McAullay, McAullay, all sorts of pronunciations. But yeah, it's pretty more often than not it gets spelled wrong or said wrong. But yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I get a recruit for being my name all the time, and I don't know how, but I get COPPER. I'm not. I think that one should be pretty simple, and I even get a K.
That's terrible. That is absolutely atrocious. I think like my parents seeing my last name was going to be McAullay, pretty bit lengthy. They were like, yeah, Meg's a good name because it's nice and short. No one can really misspell that. So yeah, that was pretty good by them.
But that is good choice. Nice and basic. Can't stop it. And if you stop Meg up, I think give up. Spell it is. Yeah,
I just Meg in a bit, but yeah, that's not my name. Just Meg, short and sweet.
And I mean, with mine, like you said, it's atrocious because if you think it out loud when you spell it with a double P, you're thinking, oh, that spells copper. So you already got.
That's awful.
It is. People still. I just roll my eyes out as well. Anyway, so who did you support from an AFLW point of view?
Always been a North Melbourne fan. I know that might be a bit debatable from the men's perspective, but when I tell people that, I say, no, the women's are awesome. So yeah, I was really upset last year. They came second. They lost their grand final, which is kind of devastating for me, but it's all right. I reckon they got it this year. And two of my favourite players play for them. I really like Ashley Bell and Jasmine Garner. I think they're so good, and insane.
I was obviously I'll go for St Kilda, which I'm sure you might know now by the hat I wore. But but look, with North, I was really once St Kilda couldn't make it in the women's this year, so I was really rooting for them to get the wings. I've probably had a bit of connection with some of the girls that having them on, and just chatting to them in general. And I really wanted them to win. And like you, I was disappointed they didn't get the win, but I was there. 3/4 time, I thought they had it at 3/4 time. 7 points up.
I know, it was such a good game. I was absolutely devastated when they lost. It was, wasn't a good day, but it's all right. I reckon they got it this year.
Yeah, that actually will be my tip when I do later predictions at the end of the year. At this stage, that'll be my tip for this year. Obviously, you mentioned that Jess Garner and Astra Dell are some of your favourite players at North. Who would you feel is the best player in the competition? Because I feel in the women's this is because it's really, so when you've got those two girls, you've got Ebony Marinoff, Laura Gardner, Ali Morfitt, Ella Roberts. There's so many names, Monconti. There's so many. There's really even Sparker sisters. Yeah. You have in that spot because you can't go wrong with anyone you choose in those names.
I'm always going to go back to Astra Dell. She's so good. I think she's not underrated, but I think she honestly deserves so much hype. Her second efforts, her 1%ers, 40 plus disposals week after week is absolutely insane. And I don't know, I just think she's so good, and I would absolutely love to play with her, or play like her one day.
And I love that you barrack for a club outside of your state, because it seems every time I interview WA girls, it's West Coast or it's Freo. So it's nice to hear, and I'm up for Geelong, and people like to me, why don't you go for Geelong? Why don't you go for St Kilda? You don't have to barrack for the team that your state you live in or suburb.
Yeah, no, my dad's always been a true blue North Melbourne supporter, so kind of following that footsteps. My brother's absolutely an avid fan, so couldn't really go wrong with North.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Now, nicknames, Meg. Oh, not nicknames. Coaches' pets. Is there any coaches' pets at Subi?
We have a new coach, so I haven't really observed that, but maybe later in the season I'll update you there. But no, nice. Baker's really good. He's pretty young, so he's probably good banter with all the girls. So it's good.
It's good. Now, I might know this answer based but of previous experience, but say who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at Subi, and they can't get enough of it?
Well, I reckon there's a couple. I'd say Eva Popsky. She's a bit of a character. She loves the camera. A few of our camera setups, she's been the culprit of all the microphone behind the camera, all that. Also, Meg Brown, as I mentioned before, she's absolutely loves it. Yeah, there's definitely a few characters at Subi. Even Olivia Wilmarins, they're all, they love the camera, love the attention. It's awesome.
Yeah, I heard those girls definitely do, and some of them you didn't even mention, like Finna as well.
They do,
definitely does. Leadership aspirations, Meg, is that something you've ever been a part of at any level, or is it something that you're planning to come into the future? Is that something you ever thought of being, or are you more of an off-title leader? If someone asks you something that you'd go from there, or is that something that you're not really into, at least right now?
No, I definitely would love to be a leader in the future. I played a bit of netball growing up, still kind of do, but I've definitely had a few captaincy roles there at a representative level, so that's really awesome. I think that's probably put me in good stead for some footy leadership. I definitely have aspirations to do that, but looking at the leadership team we've got at Subi at the moment, we've got Tess Lyons as captain and Claire McCarthy as her vice captain. They're both awesome people, great leaders, and definitely great people to look up to and maybe learn from to become a good leader in the future for myself and some of the other younger girls coming through. So definitely inspired by them.
That's good. So have you ever had any personal footy accomplishments, whether that's in premierships or awards you've won throughout your junior time all the way up until now?
Yet to win a premiership, but personal achievements. I have a couple runner-up best and fairest. One at Rogers level, player at Rogers as well. yeah, probably my biggest accomplishment was playing in the state team. That was so good.
Mm.
Really, yeah,
That's
tick
good.
that one off the bucket list. And yeah.
That's good. So you mentioned there two runners up. I mean, it's something that is still a good achievement as well to be high up there. How was that particular count that you finished runners up in? Was it a close one? Were you so close to the person that won it? And how was that night overall? And how was the voting system work?
So my first one at Rogers level, I think it was my first year playing Rogers at Subi. So I think, yeah, I think all of them were quite close. I think the winner, Madison Dodge, she was pretty up there. She was, yeah, pretty ahead. But I think, yeah, it was pretty close. There was definitely a lot of talent coming through that year. And, yeah, it was really good that Maddie, me, and I think a couple others that came in the, like, I don't know, top 5 were all from my junior club, Warwick Greenwood. So that was really awesome to see. And then the voting system, I think it was just I think they've actually changed it since then, but I think it was something like a 5-4-3-2-1 each game. So, yeah, it was pretty good. And then the players' player, that's a voting system where after each game, the girls grab a sticky note, write down who they think's, I don't know, not necessarily the best player, but someone that's done the team thing, 1%ers and stuff, write down that name. And then I think at the end gets counted up and voted. And, yeah, that was a big honour because I think getting recognised by their teammates is probably the best form of, appreciation. So I was, stoked.
I've spoke to a few players that have won that type of award or something very similar or the exact name. And it is a big award. I don't know if I'd rate it better than a best of first, but it's certainly up there in consideration to being one because, they're the people that, matter the most, I suppose, in terms of voting. And, like, even with coaches award, I know a lot of people may take the piss out of that award saying, it's in your team's case, being in the women's league, it's the daughters, it's this...
Coach's daughter.
The one, I couldn't even think of that. Yeah, coach's daughter or the coach's daughter's best friend, all that type of stuff. But it is a huge honour as well to be recognised by the people that are selecting you every week.
Yeah, any award I think is awesome, and no one expects an award, but I think it's definitely really good when you do get one. It's really good for your confidence, and puts you in good spirits for the next season.
Absolutely. Favorite player to watch, or like a player comparison to the type of player you play like? If there's a AFLW player comparison to the type of style you play like, who would you say that is?
I'm not sure. As I said, Ash Riddell, she's awesome. I would love to play like her. I don't know if I do quite yet, but that's definitely something I'd want to play like. Just any of those players that use their legs, speed out the contest. I don't know.
That's fair enough. Sorry. Any outside of footy interests that you have, Meg?
As I said, netball. I've always loved that. What else? Yeah, footy's kind of taken my life over. I love it. It's definitely what I want to be doing. But, it does take up a lot of my time. I'm studying physiotherapy and exercise and sports science at uni at the moment. It's my first year. So, I'm really enjoying that. And I think it's really good because it's quite transferable to footy, like all the skills I'm learning, the loading stuff. I think it's really good. It really fits my interest and it's a good fit for me. So, always been really sporty. So just anything sport I love to do.
Good. And physiotherapy, I've heard a few people mention this in the last few weeks, Meg, as well. And I know someone that said they were 3 years into it, I think. And it got to a point where I asked them, I said, if you were to cop an injury now that you've been doing this field and been years, if you got injured on the footy field, were you like telling the physio by your club physio, I got this, I'm a physio person now? Would you be in that in a few years' time, or even now, if you were to cop an injury, you go, I've got this?
Yeah, I reckon that's definitely something I've talked about with my family. Like, they all play sports, so they're like, spend so much money on physio that we probably need a physio in the family now. So, it's probably about time one of us became a physio.
Very smart, Meg, too. Exactly. Costing something. I didn't even mention that. But, yes, that is another reason why. Save money, because some of those type of can charge you a fortune for it.
Absolutely. It's a good business to be in.
Businesswoman, I like it. And also, well, how did you feel you fared playing netball?
How did I find it?
How do you feel that you played it? Like, did you go all right in there? Would you consider it all right, good, bad?
Yeah, I was all right. It was definitely, I really, really enjoyed it. It's my first sport. Played it since I was like 8. So yeah, we got really into it. I played for my school, and then yeah, I never really thought I'd go any further than that, but I ended up playing in like a rep level, like I represented Perth, and then I played for like an underpinning Fever Futures thing. It was called Fever in Time. So yeah, that was really good. I really thrive in a high performance environment and like playing at really high levels where everyone really wants to be there because I'm really competitive. And yeah, going back to my school was sometimes a bit frustrating because I really, really like just want to win. That's what I do. And like, I can't do something for fun. I'm either doing it for winning or just,
So the competitive person in you, Meg. That's good. I mean, no one likes losing, and I've told a bunch of people this. I had a cricket streak where I hadn't won a game of cricket from a team point of view in over 1,092 days. That's not a lie. That's how long it was between a win.
Wow.
Yes, during then, I know. And then I thought that was bad. And someone I played with for probably the last 3 years, who was a couple of years younger than me, he had this couple of years in juniors. He was 1,422 days. And then we recently won our first game about 3 games ago, or 4 games ago now. So, you can go through all the tough yards and, we don't like losing, but if anyone knows about losing, it's me in terms of the teams that we played in. But yeah, it's good to see that competitive side and not wanting to lose. Favorite TV shows or movies you have?
Ooh, movies. Oh, I've always loved Mamma Mia. I love a bit of ABBA. Me and my friends absolutely love screaming ABBA lyrics. So yeah, I love Mamma Mia. It's really good. TV shows or pretty basic. I really enjoyed The Summer I Turned Pretty. Watched that over the holidays. So yeah, that was pretty good. Got pretty into that. But yeah, it's pretty basic stuff.
Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Yeah.
Fun. What do you feel that, Meg, is the best individual game you've played in that's got you into the position where you're in right now? Is there any game that comes to mind that you thought you showed you belonged at this level?
I reckon probably one of my highlight games that I can think of. It was at Rogers level, but we were playing East Perth and we'd have quite a bit of rivalry with them for quite some time, sharing the ground and stuff. So yeah, that was a really good game. I was playing in the midfield. I was just having a good game, loving it. Absolutely, tackling, kicking, awesome. And I ended up kicking first goal in that game, so it was so good. Got a free kick about 55 metres out. Did not think I was going to kick the goal, but it was about 3 minutes left, so I was like, you know what, I'll go for it. Ended up taking a big run up and booting it. It was such a floater. It was an awful kick, but it ended up sailing through the goals, and that was so good. That was like the highlight of my Rogers level career, I think. It was, really, really good. That's probably my favourite game that I've played so far. Yeah,
That's
we ended
awesome.
up getting the win as well.
Sorry, what was that?
We ended up getting the win, so that was cherry on top.
Yeah, that's good. And I was just going to ask you what your best goal you ever kicked. Is it that goal? Because that's bloody good.
Well, yeah, that's actually my only goal I've ever kicked at a Rogers or WAFLW level. So yeah, that was definitely my best goal. I'm not really much of a goal kicker, as you might have seen in the goal kicking challenge. But that was probably definitely my favourite goal and only goal I've ever kicked.
That's actually your only goal, but that's bloody impressive. I don't see anyone, even at AFL, some people can't kick 55 or so. So that's.
I think it was the adrenaline. I don't know how I kicked. It was probably like, in the end, probably like 45 because I took a pretty big run up. But yeah, it was good.
So maybe when Jazz and Kayla or Razor, I can't remember which one it was, that were having those shots from the long distance and trying to kick as far as they can. Maybe you should have done that, considering you've done it before. Maybe that's the way.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a fluke, but yeah, I'll take it.
Now, as you mentioned, that was the only goal you've gotten, but I'm sure you've got a local level. But what is, if you were to describe the best goal you'd want to ever get, Meg, what would it be? Would it be like a check side? Would it be a torp? Or would it be a snap from the boundary? What would it be?
I reckon a snap from the boundary, that would be pretty good. I reckon that just takes a lot of skill, and I think that would be pretty good to brag about.
Absolutely, it would be. Now, a goal celebration. Now, when you kick that goal, how did you do some form of celebration? How did the teammates react? What did you do before they bombarded you?
Oh, I definitely had a celebration that time. I think my teammates knew I'd never kicked a goal. I was so happy. A bit of screaming, bit of happy, bit of a fist pump, I reckon. Yeah, nah. Girls got around me. It was awesome. Yeah, we had like a minute left to play and we were all a little bit like nervous. We really wanted to get that win, so kept it short. But yeah, definitely a big celebration. Got around the girls, all jumped on me. Yeah, it was awesome.
No blood noses, no concussions out of that?
No, actually, there wasn't. But I did get poked in the eye that game, and I lost my sight for about 5 minutes. That wasn't ideal, but came back out and kicked the goal, so it's all right.
Right. Now, what celebration did you pull out? Is there any particular thing? Did you double cobra? Did you do some finger gesture? I think. What did you do?
Oh, I don't know. I reckon just the basic fist pump.
Nice.
Yeah, high fives, hugs.
That's good. So, if you were to think some goal celebrations you'd like to pull out, Meg, if another goal was to happen, what type of celebration would you like to pull out if you've got a bit of time to think about it?
Well, I reckon a bit of Sam Kerr backflip, I think. I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be a good one. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I've mentioned this to a few people now. Kevin Sinclair, he's a West Indian cricket player. He made his Test debut about over a month ago. He got a wicket, and apparently he does this regularly. It's not just in Test cricket, but he got a wicket, and he did backflips. He ran sideways for like 20 metres and then did 3 backflips. All at once. Literally 1, 2, 3, just like that. And he nailed it, and apparently that's on a regular occurrence. Do you think you'd be able to nail that and not butcher it?
Oh, yeah, that's a different story, I reckon. Maybe 1 backflip, probably not 3 consecutive. After the goal, I think I'd be pretty tired.
Probably wouldn't even get enough time to do 3 because I'd probably jump on the first one.
Yeah, I think the umpires would be telling you to wrap it up by then.
Just worry about their job. But anyway, now, what's something someone does at the club, Meg, that you can't stand, whether that's leaving rubbish around, just being flat out annoying? Is there anything that comes to mind, or anyone that comes to mind that does something?
I reckon. Oh, that's hard. I reckon rocking up late. I think that kind of. I don't know. I've always been pretty on time. My dad's really drilled that into me. If you're not on time, you're late. So yeah, I think probably being late to training, that gets on my nerves, I think.
And just for context, you say about being on time. You were on time on the weekend, so therefore that you fit pretty well. You were on time. That's probably something I'm not the biggest fan of, but here we are. I've definitely been one now. We speak of being late. To try and go much earlier so I don't have that problem. Because I used to be like that sometimes, but now it's just like, nope. Something, say, 10 minutes to go to, I'm going to leave 40 minutes or so before just to make sure you get there on time.
Yeah, I reckon, honestly, if you're late once or twice, that's fine. But if it's like a continuous thing, got to get your stuff together, guys.
Exactly right. Now, Meg, who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever had to match up on? Is there anyone that comes to mind, or is there a team?
That's a bit hard. I reckon once I ended up playing against Jamie Harkin. That was pretty tough. I can't remember if it was actually when she played for Subi and if it was an intra-club or once she'd moved to Claremont. But, yeah, she's an absolute workhorse. She's amazing. I was definitely pretty scared playing against her.
Yeah, I know. I've had Jamie on as well, and she's a good midfielder, and she's been part of all the promotions up this week. So clearly a good player in the competition as well. And when I've had a few of her teammates on, they've pumped her up as well and mentioned her in the categories that you just mentioned her in then. So definitely one I'd agree with. Now, mark of goal of the year. Which one would you rather do, Megan, and why?
I reckon mark of the year, I think, because, I don't know, goals, pretty – everyone kicks goals, I reckon, but a good mark, I think that takes a lot more skill. And, I just think it's really cool getting those wings flying up, taking a specky. I think that would be really good. I absolutely love that.
I mean, look, I personally choose goals just because I loved Coles and hence why I got Goal King challenges. You know, you can't go wrong either way, can you? I mean, with a mark, you can get it if there's a photographer there or if it's on film, you get a nice profile picture, can't you? With a goal, it's good and you can post and everything, but you can't get a profile picture out of it.
Yeah, I reckon the photo is what you're doing it for. That's
right. And as you said, the goals can happen. Just look at our thing when I know Kayla got a check side from the pocket. I know Finn got what she got. So you know you can have plenty of goals that could happen. Marks, yeah, you need a bit more luck. You need the jump. You need the timing and everything.
But have a good step ladder.
Yeah, nice step ladder, and hopefully you can reach them if they're a tall player. For sure. Now, teammates you're impressed by, me, they kind of fly under the radar a little bit and don't get talked about as much as they should from a public point of view.
There's a few, I reckon, at Subi. Fina's probably one of them. She's workhorse. She's always training. She works really hard. Gets some good goals, I think, as you saw her on the weekend. But yeah, no, she's really good. She's really fast, pretty fit, and yeah, I think she definitely really wants it. So yeah, she's probably one that I'd say. There's also probably a few younger girls. These girls do get a bit of hype, but Olivia Crane, Olivia Wilmarans, they're really good. I think they're pretty talented for their age, and I think they'll do big things in the future. Pretty much everyone. I know everyone really works hard, and yeah, not everyone gets all the hype, but I think pretty much everyone at Subi, work hard and yeah.
Now, have you ever had any AFL or AFLW player interactions, Meg, as a fan? If so, were there any memorable or forgettable moments?
As a fan, I've only seen North play once. I saw them whatever round it was last year at Freo Oval. So yeah, I managed to get a glimpse of Ash and Jamin. So yeah, that was pretty good. My friend was there. She was pretty excited for me. So yeah, that was pretty good. I didn't talk to her, but yeah, it was good to see her for the first time. I thought that was a bit of a fangirl moment for sure. But yeah, I think that was kind of my pretty much sole AFLW interaction. But,
yeah. Fair enough. What are some fun facts about you, Meg, that people may not know about you?
Fun facts. I don't know, a little hobby I have is windsurfing. A lot of people don't know about that.
Okay.
My club does this thing where we windsurf to Rottnest and back, so that's pretty cool. I've done that a few times. So yeah, that's something kind of cool I've done, I reckon.
Would you consider yourself, Meg, a pro surfer?
Oh, no, definitely not. But it's just something I do for fun. It's a pretty cool hobby, I think. But yeah, definitely not pro.
At least you can stand on a surfboard. The only way I could be able to stand on a surfboard like that is if it's on the sand and it's stationary. If it's in the water, I'll be off.
Yeah, takes a bit of coordination.
It would. And I remember, I think a long time ago, about 8 years ago, in year 11 or something, about 8 years ago or so, we had to do that at one of the beaches in Geelong. And we tried to go on it. Yeah, fair to say it didn't go well. But even then, that was 8 years ago. Still be the same now.
Yeah, it's a fun sport. Lots of wipeouts.
I didn't mind it. I just sucked at it. I feel like they deserve a bit more love, and they don't get as much attention as the other positions do. Obviously, the mids got the Brownlow, and even Rucks get recognised in that. Forwards got a Coleman. Do the defenders need their own title as well, of an award as well, from a public point of view at an AFL and AFLW levels? They don't. Privately, I know they get recognised, but at a public point of view, I don't think they do. Yeah,
I agree with you there. I think defenders, deserve a bit more hype. They're the ones that stop the goals and save a lot of their goals and points from being scored, save the game a lot of times. Yeah, I think that'd be a good award. I don't know how you count it though. Maybe how to measure that. But yeah, no, I definitely think that's a valid thing that they should think about.
Actually, the late Danny Frawley had a segment on Bands, I don't know if you knew, it's called the Golden Fist, and that is probably an award I would do. What they did is 3-2-1 from the best defenders of every game of the round. And I suppose that's the way you could do it. It'd be a nice tribute to Danny. And they might use it as a piss take at one point, but they got serious over time. They still honour it for him. And, that'd be good. And I like the award. They click that button, big Golden Fist trophy, and when it's not broken. I think that'd be a good name.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great name. I've definitely had a newfound appreciation for defenders, playing a bit of backline in the scratch matches over the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, definitely think Golden Fist should be petitioned for.
Sure. Now, this is where the questions start getting interesting, or more interesting. Best chatterbox at the club?
Oh, that's easy. I think Meg Brown for sure. She talks a lot of rubbish. She doesn't shut up, actually. Yeah, as soon as she opens her mouth, everyone kind of groans. They're like, oh my goodness, yeah. Can't go past Meg Brown.
Love the honesty there, because I know a lot of people, they don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but we've got to understand it's only banter. They're not generally hating you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we all know it's just banter, but yeah, she definitely cops a lot of the banter on her.
So, I don't know, so that's fair enough.
Gets the
Now,
piss taken out of her.
yes, I would know that too. Now this could go any way. If you were stuck on a deserted island, Meg, with teammates, who would you want to bring and not want to bring?
I reckon I'd bring Tess, our captain. She's probably a good calming influence, I think. She'd be pretty wise, and she'd have some good good ideas and some wisdom for me. Who would I not want to be with? I don't know. That's hard. I reckon. That's hard. I think maybe either Meg Brown or Wooly, because they'd either together they'd probably just, I don't know, they'd get lost, or they'd I don't know, they wouldn't take it very seriously. They'd probably get a bit too making jokes. Sorry?
Double trouble?
Yeah, double trouble, absolutely.
Who is the loudest and quietest teammates?
Loudest? I reckon Meg, Eva, Loz, I think, are all pretty loud. They're all definitely leaders from the front. Quietest, Donna Lee, she's pretty quiet, but she's an absolute workhorse. She's awesome, got awesome skills. There's definitely a good mix of quiet and loud, I reckon, at Subi. I think it's good. That's good.
What are some of your most prized possessions, Meg?
Oh, that's hard. Speaking of North Melbourne, I have a jersey from Arden Street, so that was pretty cool. And I have, what else do I have? Yeah, I reckon just memorabilia. I think that's pretty cool. I also have a Olympic shirt from one of the sprinters. I don't even know who it was, but yeah, I think that was pretty cool to have as well. I have a few like sporting pieces that, bit of a flex.
That's good. Yeah, memorabilia, you gave some good stuff with the North Melbourne one. Was that a men's, women's one? Was that a Stein one, or just a game edition? Or
yeah, it was a game edition women's one, and I actually thought it was cool because I got it from Arden Street and North's home ground. So yeah, that's probably pretty cool.
You've been to that ground before, Arden Street?
Yeah, it was awesome.
How did you like the ground? Was this before?
Sorry, you're frozen.
Oh, there we go, Meg. We're back.
Okay.
So was that more recent that you went to Arden Street, or was that something more further a while ago?
I think it was 2020. It was like the start of 2020 because we went for a windsurfing nationals actually, and yeah, we stopped by Arden Street because as you know, as I told you before, Dad's a fan, my brother's a fan, and we thought better go. Yeah, it was really cool. It's a really nice oval, and yeah, they have really good hot chocolate.
Yeah, it is a nice ground. Sorry, I just dropped there for a second then. Now, Meg, I'm going to get to the most controversial food critique questions you could possibly make. And, you know, it's always the talk of the town, so I'm going to bring it up. Chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
No, it's a palmy. I hate it when people say palmer.
I agree with you, Meg. I know how you feel. It's spelled with a P-A-R-M-I, not Y, not I, not A, not O, not W, whatever. It's an I.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there. I don't see how you could get anything else other than a palmy.
Either don't know what they're doing and they don't know how to spell. We talked about our last name. That. It's just like that.
Yeah, same people that call you copper will call it a palmer.
Damn right. That is exactly right, Meg. Now, tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Cupboard.
Good answer. 2 for 2. I love it. All right, the third one. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Or I don't know. It depends what day it is, but probably nah.
Good. 3 for 3. Love it. Good. Good. Now, there might be some more answers depending on these next questions, how you answer these ones as well, but 3 for 3 is really good. Favourite food, Meg?
Or can't go past pasta. Love a good bowl of pasta. So versatile. So many different sauces, so many different types. Oh, it's so good. And so good before footy as well.
Absolutely. That's always a common answer. So that's 4 for 4. That's a good one. Any particular type of pasta food you like?
Oh, I love like tomatoey pasta. It's really good. Yeah, my favourite is probably just spaghetti bog. Can't go past it.
Good one. Food you don't like?
Oh, this is kind of a long-standing hatred, but I absolutely hate green beans. They're disgusting. Had a bit of a horror story when I was little. I tried one and I was away with my family friend, and I vomited all night because it was so disgusting. They probably weren't even related, but it was terrible. Worst experience ever.
That's not good. I mean, I'm like that too. If there's some foods that put you off, that something like that, you either get sick from it or something like that, or it just doesn't taste well, I'll generally be put off it forever, pretty much.
Yeah.
I might give it a random point, maybe, depending on what happened, but, that's fair enough. Now, if you were to cook something, what do you cook? Would you say is your best dish if to cook? If you don't cook, what's something nice and basic that you would be able to do that you'd like?
I actually love baking. I make a lot of stuff for my family. Probably my best is cinnamon scrolls. I love making them. My brother absolutely loves it when I whip those up. It is a bit of effort though, but yeah, it's worth it. They're so good.
That's good. Now, these were the questions go back to being interesting. I don't know. Favorite, before we get to out of the food side of things, favorite takeaway place?
Ooh. I don't know. That's hard. I reckon I never used to like it, but the last year, I reckon Zambrero's, a good burrito, has really got up there.
I laugh at that, Meg, because so many of you WA girls bring up sombreros. I just spoke to someone before, and I'm wondering, why do people say this all the time? Is it just a Perth thing? Does it even exist in other states? It seems to be a common Perth answer. But trust me, when I told people, and this may shock you, I said to people, what the hell is sombreros? I never heard of it. I got the what? Oh, yes, I've heard of the name. I didn't know it was a food thing. I just heard it briefly, randomly. But now that seems to be a common answer. Why sombreros? Although in saying that, now that people describe what it is at this burrito place and stuff like that, I do like it, even though I haven't met it before.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really good. I don't know if you have Guzman, but that's also pretty good. But I reckon Zambrero's comes out on top. It's really good. Yeah, no, the burritos are on par. They're so good. They're really, really good.
What's your go-to burrito order, or just order at that sombreros in general?
I reckon a chicken burrito. Take out the black beans, but yeah, the rest so good.
That's what I've heard that same answer as well. I've heard people say the chicken burrito, and I've heard people say chicken burrito without the black beans. I've heard that as well. So again, it's got to be a Perth thing. It seems to be the same, similar answers. But maybe I should have tried it while I was there. I didn't see one when I was there. But anyway, now what was I? Celebrity crush.
Oh, that's hard. Can't go past Zac Efron.
That's fair. I've heard that answer before, so you wouldn't be the only one. That's all right.
He was good in The Greatest Showman, I reckon.
Good. Now, what are some quirks, Meg, that you have that some people would say, or some people? What are some quirks some people would say you have, Meg, that you wouldn't necessarily like to admit?
Quirks. I reckon I have a few little habits and I don't know, maybe a bit of OCD. What's an example? I don't know. When I run out before a footy game, I got to touch the door frame with both hands. Or I won't play well. That's probably, I don't even know if that's a superstition or what, but yeah, that's probably something I do. Yeah, just little things like that. I don't know.
And that would be a superstition, Meg. So that'll go to that question then. So superstitions, have you got besides touching the wall? Was there anything else?
I have a lucky hair ribbon that I got given on my first game of Rogers, so I always wear that. So yeah, I think that's probably another one. But yeah, and pass it the night before, I think makes you play better. And a banana at halftime.
You're not an orange girl. You're not a snakes girl or anything like that.
No, banana all the way.
No, that's a good choice. I like bananas. Now where was I? Yeah, you can put you're the AFL or AFLW CEO, Meg, for the day. What rule would you change or what would you add?
Oh, get rid of the stand rule. What else would I change? I reckon you should be able to run for longer, more than 15 meters or 15 steps. I reckon, yeah, that would make the game better. A lot more running.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I mean, I'm not surprised you mentioned that being a winger. So that's a good one to say. Now a few more questions, Meg. So I really appreciate you coming on. So now, I know this because you were there Saturday, but how do you fancy yourself in front of the goals?
No, not too good actually. Not kicked very many goals in my career, as I was saying before, but probably something I want to improve on a little bit. I want to be a bit more, versatile, play a bit of forward or kick goals from the wing would also be really good. But yeah, I think I put a bit of pressure on myself in front of goals. So yeah, probably something I can improve on.
And look, it was one goal kicking challenge. For example, if there ever was another one, or you just did one on your own or with other people, I'm sure the opposite will happen, and then we'll go, hey, see? And, look, you can be good, you can be bad in one challenge. It doesn't define how you are overall, though.
Yeah, hopefully not, because, yeah, that was absolutely awful. But that's all right.
Now, obviously, round one this week. So how are you feeling heading into this week? Or is it not round one for you?
No, it is. Got game on Saturday. Yeah, I'm really excited because it's been a long preseason and I'm really keen to get out, play a game. Hopefully beat East Perth. We're playing them again, so a bit of rivalry there. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to get out, have a hit out.
That's good. Is there any particular players you know from the opposition? Is there always some banter on field? Are you more of a banter person on the field?
No, I reckon I pretty stick to, tactics and focus on the footy part of it. But, maybe after the game, probably a few bit of banter and a bit of piss-taking after.
That's good. So how are you make with crowd hecklers too? Are you interesting answers here? If someone's throwing you some advice or abusing you off the sidelines, are you one to be quiet or not retaliate? Are you one to bite back? Do you let your actions do the talking? How do you go with crowd hecklers?
Probably let my actions do the talking. I haven't really had a whole lot of experience with that, but probably from my family is probably my biggest critique. What's it called?
Critique.
Yeah, no, what is it? Like critics, that's the word. My dad's pretty loud on the sidelines. I can hear him from a mile away. So yeah, maybe in the car on the way home is probably when I retaliate and fight back a bit.
I know exactly how you feel. They either trying to, or maybe not embarrass you, but maybe they do. At the game, going, Meg, go man up, and you're like in your head, you're like, shut up.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of that.
And unless you're in the car back, oh gee, remember when you dropped that Mark 1 and you kicked that? Like, shut up. I know. It's basically it. I know that all too well. So, Meg, last question. So I really do appreciate you coming on. So, for the second time, technically, if you could map out your dream scenario for this year at Subi, at the end of the year, from a draft point of view, and everything else in between, how would you map it out?
Like a dream year for me?
No, you could make, a perfect world. How do you want this football season to pan out for you?
Look, in a perfect world, I'd play as many league games as I can. Do pretty well at those and maybe get a little bit more noticed by the state recruiters and stuff. And then, obviously ultimate goal would be to get drafted. That's kind of, obviously the big dream. But, there's lots of little things I need to do in between to make sure that happens. And, control the controllables.
Very good, Meg. Well spoken. I really appreciate you coming on here and participating in that Goal King Challenge. It was a pleasure having you on then and now. All the best and good luck this week in round 1 against East Perth. And I'm sure it'll be a good one. And hopefully you can get the W and then a premiership at the end of the year. Appreciate you coming on, Meg.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.